Hey there, it's Tom Corson-Knowles. Right now we're going to talk about menus in WordPress. So menus are basically the navigation options on top of the website. Usually they exist at the top of the website around up here. So here are the navigation, this is the navigation menu for my website right here. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 links up top. And that's really the only navigation menus I have on the website. Now if you go down the sidebar, I do have some topics which you can, browsers, readers can use these to navigate to different blog posts on different topics. I've got a recent posts update here so they can see the most recent posts, and then we have the archive so they can browse blog posts from any month they'd like since the blog started. So, but this is the menu here at the top. You can generally have up to 2 menus. Most themes come with 2 menus. I've disabled the second menu because I thought it was a little bit cluttery for this particular theme. So you get up to 2 menus. So one menu will be based on your pages, and these are all pages right here. So this is the About page, the Contact page, the FAQ page. So these are all pages, not blog posts, right? But usually most WordPress themes will have a second menu navigation bar based on categories, so the categories of your blog post. So when you write your blog post, you can add categories. If you've got categories on dog training, potty training, gardening, and nutrition, you could have those appear in a navigation menu at the top of your blog, depending on the theme. Now menus are really a lot of their options are really determined by the theme that you have. So how it's going to look, how it's going to feel, that's going to be largely determined by the theme that you have. But to actually edit the menus and make some changes in here, just go log into your WordPress dashboard and then scroll down over here to Appearance and then click Menus right there. And then this is the page that you will come to. It's the menu page. If you're brand new and have a blog, you probably will not have anything here. It'll be a blank menu structure. And then what you're going to see here are your most recent pages that you've created. You can search them. You can view all the pages that you have on your website. You can also look at other options here. You can add links as part of your menu structure. You can add categories. Again, based on the categories of your blog posts. And again, a lot of this is determined by the theme that you have. So your menu might look a little bit different. That's based on the theme that you have. So generally what you would do here is you would just take one of these pages over here. You would say, hey, I would like to add that to my menu. So let's add this page to the menu, and then it'll appear down here. And then you can rearrange them based on where you want them. You can also nest them. So notice that this one is now nested under FAQ. So what that would mean is if someone scrolled over the FAQ button on the website, they scrolled over this right here, it would actually pop up with another menu underneath it, kind of like a sub-menu underneath the FAQs. So you can do that as well. You can have sub-menus. You can have pretty complicated menus going on with lots of different options for your browsers. So generally what you would do is just you would find the pages that you would want to include in the menu, and then just organize them the way you want it. And then you go down here and just hit Save Menu. And then when you look at the menu, go back to your main website, reload the page, and just see, hey, okay, does this menu look the way I want it to look for my website? Generally speaking, I would never want a menu to go down 2 lines. So if I keep adding options to the menu, what's going to happen is there's not going to be enough space in this area for the menu, so it's going to come down and make it bigger. So there's going to be another menu down here, which is going to push everything on my website down a little bit, which I really don't like that. I think it looks cluttery. So I think simplicity is best. Generally, you should keep your menus to just 1 row. You can use the sub-menus like I talked about before, where you have a menu pop up when they scroll over something down here. But again, you want to keep those simple. I wouldn't want 20 or 50 items underneath one of those pop-up menus because it's going to take up the entire screen and look really cluttery. So always think simplicity. The more simple your website is, the more simple it is to navigate, the more easier it's going to be for your readers to actually navigate through it and browse through it and find what they're looking for. So make sure that all the pages up here at the top of your website on your menu are super important pages, right? So things you're certainly going to want. Generally a home button, a home menu, an About Us page, a Contact Us page, FAQ page, I highly recommend. Most websites don't actually have this, but I think FAQs are super important, especially for businesses, because you're going to be in the same questions over and over and over again. So rather than put them in a blog post that people might not see years from now, put it on a permanent page that people can always browse when they're looking at your website. Press pages are pretty important if you do anything with the media, if you do press releases, if you're interviewed quite a bit in the media, you would want a press page for sure. And then generally some kind of sales page, so a page that actually talks about what your company's services are and how people can get access to them. So those are really the key pages I'd recommend for just about every single website. And then if you got 1 or 2 or 3 more you want to add to your menu based on your particular needs, go ahead and do that. That's great. So that's basically the gist of how the menu works. Again, you're just going to browse through here, find the pages that you want, select them, click add to the menu, move them around the way you want them, hit save menu, and then just go back to your blog and make sure that everything looks as you want it to look. Now again, a lot of these options are theme based, so if the buttons on your menu look ugly, if you don't like how that looks, you're generally going to have to get a different theme. You could do custom coding to change those options, but for most themes it's more work than it's worth. Every time you update the theme you have to recode it, so you wouldn't actually need a web designer to do that kind of stuff, or you'd have to know advanced HTML and CSS yourself, which is beyond my personal skill set. So generally you're going to look for a theme that has the kind of menu layout options that you really like for your website.